All right, guys, give a couple minutes here, let some people get on. See if I can pull up the chat. All right, this is the first time I've done this new type of live stream, so give me a break, guys. But I thought you guys might enjoy seeing kind of a live on the trap line here. All right, so we're getting this figured out here. So anyway, guys, just making the last set for the day here, and the last location, and so I thought I'd bring you guys along and just kind of let you guys see kind of a live aspect of this is kind of how I do things on the line. So anyway, I'll give it just about another minute here, see if a couple more people get on, and then what I want to do is I just want to go through and I'll show you kind of the location I'm at, and then just show you how I set it up, because you know, what you guys see in the videos and then what you guys see here may be a little bit different. So anyway, we'll give about another 30 seconds or so, and then I'll just kind of spin you around and we'll have a look at how I set this area up. I appreciate everybody here that's tuning in. I know this was real moment, but it's very rare I have daylight to spare. So anyway, I figured I'd try out this live stream, and if it goes over well, then we may do some more of this stuff. So anyway, guys, it's another nice warm day here. We've had a really weird winter, lots of rain. It was real cold early, and then it got real mild. So all right, guys, so we're gonna get right to it. I'm losing daylight. We've only got about another 10-15 minutes of daylight, so I'm gonna spin the camera around here, and I'll share with you guys what I've got. All right, so as you can see here, what I'm parked in, I'm parked on a field entrance road here, and I've got a piece of timber, probably 7-8 acres to my left, and then another piece that's probably around 30 acres to my right. And what I've got here is there's one creek that's intersecting this whole piece of property. So whenever I come up to these areas like this, I'm not interested, you know, as you guys can see that fence line way over there, I've got permission to trap all the way over there. And there's no reason for me to be going in and setting up these whole areas whenever the majority of the critters are right down in these funnel pinch point areas. It's just a waste of my time to be running around all over. So what I like to do in these areas is I come in and I set the real high percentage areas. I set them real hard, and then I just run the sets, like I've always said, for just that week. So Sunday's always my set day, set and pull day from the week before. So I'll just kind of pan you over here again. This is the, you can see my truck's just sitting right there on this road. We've got this one creek, and I've set this up just for, I've set it up for canines, and then for coon, mink, you know, whatever water critters I can get. So I'll walk you guys out here to the edge of this field, and I'll show you, like I said, I'm gonna be checking these traps here for about 4 or 5 days. So there's no reason for me to go way out in the wild blue yonder and making sets. So we'll come up here. This is the first set I made. Guys, I made 5 sets in this location, and that's all that needs to be. So I've got kind of a modified flat set here. This is a, you can see it's just right off the road here. So anything that's gonna be traveling down this pinch point, this is the easiest. You can see right there is my truck. So this is the only open area at this creek. This is a natural, easy way for these critters to get back and forth. I've got a kind of a modified flat set, a real deep dirt hole there. The trap's placed right there. I've got just a little piece of wood that I just found over there for backing, baited and lured there. So then I want to pan over, and I want to share with you guys what I've got. So in my experience, you can see I'm set up on the corner of this field. Now this field is usually planted, but because of the wet spring, it wasn't planted this year. So it's kind of changed the travel ways, because normally you've got critters going in and out of this timber all winter long, getting the corn and the beans and things that were missed by the combine. So in my experience, especially with canines, is you'll get some of the canines and they'll want to follow down this hard right 90 and travel on down. But then you'll also get a lot of others that will want to cut across. So whenever I set up these corner areas, I always like to make 2 sets where you can catch both critters. So we've got the set just over there, and that's kind of right in that right angle 90. And then I'll come out here and I'll show you the other set that I made. This set here is more of a step down dirt hole. Guys, this is my favorite set for coyotes, hands down. The biggest problem I have with this set in my area is the amount of rain that we get. These step down dirt hole sets fill with water, but I've caught more coyotes in my trapping career out of the step down dirt hole set than any other set. All right, so you can see here, I'll pan over again, and you can see we've got this hard right 90. Right there's the road. The set that we were just at is just right there at the top of my finger. Now, as I said, in my experience, if these coyotes come down and they cut this corner, you know, this is where they're going to run into, right there. That set right there is on the northwest side of that road, which is our prevailing wind. So we're playing the wind a little bit here, as with this set. If these coyotes cut further out with a northwest wind, then you're right in line and you're playing the wind of these canines. So anyway, guys, that's the 2 sets that I've got out here for canines. Like I said, nothing hard about this. Keeping it real simple. I can check these sets from my truck once I get them out. I'm not walking around in the dark, traipsing around. We'll come over here, we'll come down back into this creek, and I'll show you what I've got set up for the coons, mink, and everything else. Guys, I'm new to this live stream. Just see Trapper Jay, he gave me a donation. I want to say thank you very much to him. He's blowing up, so that's good. The channel's really blowing up. All right, so here we come down to the first set on this creek. Now guys, like I said, this is 30 acres of timber, and you can see it's real gnarly timber. There's absolutely no reason for me to walk this whole 30 acres. I can make all my sets and catch the majority of the critters in the first 30, 40, 50 yards of this bridge. And that's where the efficiency of this trapping comes in. There's no reason for me to be way down in that timber whenever the critters I know are going to follow this creek. So we'll come up to this set right here. You guys can see I've got a pocket set right there. Now what we've got here is we've got the culvert on the road, and it funnels down into this creek, and then there's this big log right here, and it's funneling. All the tracks are right there. It's funneling them right through here. So I know this is kind of a pinch point, and as I've said before, I always like to put my pocket sets on a steep bank. So you guys can see right here, this is a very kind of a gradual taper bank. So I went to the other side and put a pocket set on the steep bank. Very simple set. That set will catch anything that comes down this creek. All right, so we're losing daylight fast. I'm gonna walk down and share with you guys the other couple sets. You guys can see this little creek here. This is the majority of what I trap. Just these little bitty creeks. They don't hold water in the summer. They hold a little water in the winter. One good thing is it's so wet here that you can usually find tracks most of the season, and it really aids in the in getting sets right on sign. So I'll walk down here. Like I said, I've maybe walked 50 yards here. If any of you guys picked that up, I use toggles. I also used a toggle on that pocket set. I forgot to mention, but I used a toggle on that pocket set to try to get the critter away from the pocket set so he just doesn't blow it out. This is just a little sapling here I cut down, and I used it for my blind set right here. All right, so here's the blind set that I made. We got $5 coming from John Howell. John, I really appreciate it. Thank you much. Thank you everybody for viewing. Okay, so we got the creek coming down, and as you guys can see, this is the travel way right here. The critters are not necessarily going out there. They're coming right across here. You can see this is the beaten down path, and right there is a blind set. That's a 1.5 double jaw to a just buried in, just covered with a little bit of leaves and whatnot. These sets are super simple. They'll take a critter. Let me see if I can get the phone down. I've got just a little bit of a jump stick right there. The trap's just right behind it. There's no need to put a blocking stick on both sides, because depending on how that critter is going to run over it, he's going to have to step real close to either side of that jump stick. He's either going to come running up to it and stop, or he's going to come up to it and step directly over. Real simple set. This set here will make a catch. All right, moving on down. Guys, we got another donation here, and my live chat just went away. See if I can catch your name. Boy, I'm gonna butcher your name, bud. Jody Severance. I really appreciate it. Thank you much, guys. Really appreciate these donations. All right, so we come right on down here. This is a set. You can see we've got a dog proof here, and I've got that fence stapled off to the tree right there. You can see all the coon sign right there. This set will make a catch, because you can see right here all these coons are coming down. They're entering that creek. Every critter's coming right down. So that's why I put these two sets so close together, because there's no reason to be wandering way down into the bush there whenever all the activity is focused right here. As I said, this is the toggle that I used on most of my blind sets. If at all possible, I love to use toggles, because as soon as that coon is caught or whatever, he's going to run away. And this toggle is not quite heavy enough to hold him in that one place. I want him to get away from the area. He's not going to travel very far, but it makes reset and remakes very, very easy. All right, guys, so that's it. You know, those are the 5 sets that I've got in this area. And in my opinion, that's really all you need. I'm coming in, I'm bombing this place with sets, and they're going to make the catches that I need to make in the 3, 4, 5 days that I'm here, and then I'm going to move on. I've got the canine sets up high, and I've got the water critter sets down low. And like I said, I can jump out of the truck, I can walk down. You can see my truck's just right there. There's no need to be, you know, making these long walks just for whenever all these critters are already focused in right here. We come down to this pocket set here. I wanted to show you guys the toggle here. That's a simple toggle there. I've got just that little sapling. I use these all the time on fence staples. So whenever that coon's caught, he's gonna get up out of the set real quick, and I should be able to make the pocket set back real easy. We had another super chat, guys. Frunsburg 101. You must be out of country, because that's in euros. Really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate it. Guys, I apologize. I am trying to fight the dark, so I'm not really reading a lot of these comments. I apologize. I'll try to get better at all this. Like I said, this is kind of my first go around doing this. So anyways, I'll walk back up here and close out this video before it gets too dark. But like I said, guys, let's see if I can flip this around here. Okay, so like I said, guys, this is the majority of the areas that I've got set up. So like today, I set up 8 areas just like this. You know, 5, 6, 7 sets at each one, and they're all in real close proximity to each other, so I can run them either early in the morning or late, you know, in the evening, because I mean I work basically sun up to sundown, so you know it's very hard to make a real long run. But this is what catches the critters that you guys see in my first shed all winter. Simple sets like this, nothing real fancy to it. It's just the way that works for me, and I'm always preaching, you know, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't get real technical with your sets, because there's really no need. Unless I'm on, you know, the big creeks or the big rivers. This is the majority of what I do in a season. So anyway, guys, If you guys have any recommendations for future videos like this, it's very hard for me to have daylight enough to do this. That's why I did it on a weekend. But you know, it seems pretty fun, really getting to interact with you guys a lot more and show you guys kind of a more behind the scenes look. You know, a lot of my videos, in order to not make them very long, you kind of got to edit out this stuff. But you know, 5 sets in this location. As I said before, I've got 7 others set up just like this, and this is what's going to produce in this particular location. If I can pick up 1 or 2 canines this week out of this location, I'll be happy. And as far as this creek system, if I can get a half a dozen coons, 5, 6 coons out of this location, that's what it's going to produce. And I'm happy with that. That's why I gang set. I'm not interested in you know, sitting here for weeks and weeks on end just to get the odd 1 or 2 extra coons. I'm in here just to pull the cream of the crop off and be done with it. So anyway, guys, I hope I covered a lot. You know, hope I covered enough to justify you guys watching this. I figured I'd try to go 15-20 minutes, and that looks to be about what it's going to be. So we got a beautiful sunset here through the trees. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here, get back home. I've got some skinning to do this evening. I want to thank everybody who donated in the super chat. You guys have no idea how much that means to me and helps me out, especially with gas prices, fur prices, and YouTube demonetizing everything. But you know, so far we've had a pretty good season so far. The channel's still growing like crazy, and I'm very proud of that. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Once again, thank you guys so much. Until next time, I really appreciate it.